camera and then my picture. Where's the video thing? Can you see me now?
Let me play.
I think you can probably.
No, I can't. No, I can't see it.
So where's the video thing?
Can you look at your picture over there?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So you just
I just what?
there is something saying camera over there. So you just click on the camera.
Where is the camera? Record stream.
So you will have master layer one, you will have master layer two, and then you have blank shot and a camera over there. So you just click on the camera.
Good lord, I can't see anything. Where is the camera?
Uh,
Yeah, master layer one. Master layer one, yes.
Master layer two,
Yes.
and then below the master layer two, you will have blank shot and a camera.
Okay, done that. I've clicked on the camera.
Yeah, do that.
Oh my god, when I click on camera, some upgrade thing is coming on.
So what are the options are there on the upgrade thing?
When I click on the camera bit, it's saying you have to. It says a wireless serial license required.
Like your live. Yeah, you're live.
So shall I? Oh, it's okay. It's working.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It,
Yeah, right.
it's working, is it?
Yeah. So this you're live now. So what I'll do is that I'll pause this call and you can.
Okay.
Right?
So you can see me, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. So please do one thing. Give your deeper.
But then,
Yeah. I can see you. Just
I think there's a question already come in.
yeah. Yes, I can see you. Yeah. That is. I'll just flip to one.
Yes, Pangshu? Yeah. Okay. 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 Thanks. Okay, I muted it. I muted mine with speakers. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, cool. Where are the questions? Sorry, where are the questions? Sorry, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Pranshu? 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 Okay, the answer to the second question is that Teresa herself said in 1992 that she converted secretively 29,000 people or when they were dying. So I presume the figure is much bigger because she died in 1997, and it was not only her, there were lots of other people doing in her order. So I would think that probably 1 lakh people would have been converted without their knowledge. Hello. Okay, okay. Okay. Can you send me the first question again then? Okay, thanks. Okay, so let me just ask you. The question will come on Skype as a text, and I answer on video. Okay, okay, all right. Thank you, bye. It's with me. Yeah, okay. Okay, the answer to first question number one to Paul is that Mother Teresa did not know Bengali that well. She had very good uh, knowledge of English in the way of writing and speaking. A conversational English she was quite good at. She was quite a prolific letter writer in English. Uh, However, she had a rudimentary knowledge of Bengali. She could speak Bengali fairly okay. She had a very strong Balkan accent. She didn't lose her accent even after spending so-called 60 years in the city. But she could not write Bengali, but which is very significant because many of her biographers have repeatedly claimed that she taught Bengali in a school in Entally area, in a poor school, which is obviously complete nonsense and bullshit. She did not. She could not have taught in Bengali because she couldn't write Bengali. And there was one biographer who said that she used to write the letters of the Bengali alphabet with a stick on mud or dust, just to make it more sort of biblical, which is again completely and utterly untrue and complete bullshit. Um, Regarding the question of conversion, in 1992, 14th of January 1992. She said to a private audience, I've got the video. If you send me your email, I can send you the video link, the YouTube link. She confessed that she converted secretively 29,000 people when they were dying. These people were vulnerable and they couldn't resist. And it was done in a very sort of subtle, subterfugial way. So these people were not quite consenting. They were not. They didn't know what they were consenting to. And she died in 1997. So she must have done many thousand more before she died. And I would think that maybe a lakh people could have been converted without their knowledge. And I don't really mind that much if people convert with their knowledge and willingly. But I'm talking about people who had been converted without their knowledge. And to continue with the question, the first question of Paul, I would say that I don't think she knew Hindi or any other Indian languages. The official language of the Missionaries of Charity was English. It is English. The nuns are not encouraged to talk in any other language. If you, when I rang Missionary of Charity offices and the headquarters in Calcutta many times, if I spoke in Bengali or Hindi, I was stopped by the Kerala nun or a Bihari nun. They would very sternly ask me to speak in English. And can you tell me how many Indian poor can speak English? I don't know of any in Calcutta, at least. Um, the question whether conversion was a sole objective, no, I don't think it was. I think the sole objective was to promote a very kind of bigoted and fanatical Catholicism, which is extremely medieval and very low level. This kind of Catholicism believes that Hinduism and other pagan religions are heathen, which are like devil's religion. This kind of Catholicism believes that one must not practice contraception, one must not have abortion even if one is raped. That was her mission, to spread these wrong messages. The conversion was a sidekick. How many did she convert? As I said, I think I would put the figure at about a lakh over her 60 years in Calcutta. Over and above that, there would be willing conversion, which I am not against. I'm talking about secretive conversion and conversion with the threat that I'm going to not have you if you do not convert. This is very very serious. I don't have a proof of that particular, the last one I said, that I will chuck you out if you don't convert. But this, because if you look at her school in Motichil and all that, there was a pressure to convert, in the sense that all the prayers are in the prayers, they're not allowed to do any Hindu or Muslim prayers. The prayers are compulsory Catholic prayers. So so that would lead the children towards converting into Catholicism. The Indian government is obviously silent on this and colluding in this because they're in awe of this Western missionary, white-skinned, but won the Nobel Prize. It's quite shameful. And I don't blame the government only; I blame the people mainly. Uh, to the questioner who said whether she converted, no, she did convert. The government turned a blind eye uh, because she herself said in 1992 that she converted 29,000 people as they were dying. Um, that video I have evidence in the form of a film that she said that. If anybody wants me to send them their email, I can forward them that video, which where Teresa quite clearly says that she converted people as they were dying without their knowledge. Who gave Mother Teresa to convert Hindus? You should ask yourselves. Um, the government uh, did not, but actually turned a blind eye to whatever she did. In 2003, there was a program made on Calcutta, one of the Calcutta, small Calcutta television channels, which showed that she sold a child to a Belgian Catholic couple for 1 lakh rupees. The child who was sold, he came forward. His name is Jonathan Powell. He's now a Belgian citizen, and he categorically stated that his parents told him that they bought him for 1 lakh rupees from Teresa's order, and they were preferred because they were Catholic. Um, the, the reporters who made the program, they took the evidence to the government department which looks after these things, and the gentleman, Dr. Kunal Basu or Kunal Day or somebody who was in charge of looking into these things, he turned just the other way when they asked what steps are you going to take in order to address this issue. So this is the sort of way the government kind of aided and abetted her out of fear. Um, Regarding the question whether how Mother Teresa's witchcraft and black magic is actually lauded and applauded and supported by the government of India, whereas the miracles of other figures, maybe Hindu sadhus and all that, are actually run down and ridiculed by by the liberal establishment. Yeah, I would agree with you. Although I'm not a Hindu, I'm an atheist. I would say that this is quite ludicrous. If you want to run down and ridicule miracles, you should ridicule miracles from all sides. The other thing I very strongly say is that look at Mother Teresa's opposition to contraception in a country like India. It's a criminal act. It's disgraceful. It's depraved. A woman who is a nun never had a man in her life. She proclaims that you have to abstain from sex, and she says that to slum women who have no chance of doing that when their drunken husband comes home. Um, she also opposed contraception abortion in cases of gang rape even. This is inhuman and extraordinarily bad. But look at Indian liberals and look at the Indian liberal media. They would ridicule and completely destroy a Hindu or a Muslim holy person if they said such a thing. But in Mother Teresa's case, they completely ignored her very reactionary messages. Okay, the funds that they collected are all mostly spent on religious activities. Very little go to charity. The funds are much of the funds that they collect abroad, outside of India, that goes into the Vatican Bank, which is a scandal-riddled bank where there are murders and intrigues. Why can't the Ramakrishna Mission get this sort of publicity? You should ask the Ramakrishna Mission themselves. They are also in awe of this woman. I'm really disgusted, really, that the Ramakrishna Mission celebrates Christmas with much fanfare, whereas nobody knows this, that by Vatican canon law, the Pope is not allowed to greet Hindus personally on Diwali, even because the Diwali is considered a heathen festival. On Diwali, a message of greeting goes out from the Pope's office, not from the Pope himself. So it is really disgusting to see that the Ramakrishna Mission is bending over backwards to love this woman who created such a disgusting atmosphere for Hindus in India. Well, yes, the question about Charles Keating, I can tell you categorically that she accepted, I think, about $10 million in those days, about 30 years back, from Keating. And when she was asked, after Keating was convicted, well, during Keating's trial, she wrote a letter to the judge asking him to forgive Keating. And after Keating was convicted, she was asked to return some of the money because it was a pyramid scheme, and Sharadas was like one of these scam things. Uh, so and but and much of the money came from poor people. But Teresa just didn't even reply to this letter. Regarding the question whether Mother Teresa spent time with patients, no, she didn't. In the last 25 years of life, 20 years of life, I should say, she hardly ever visited any of her homes in India. Even if she did, it was for admin purposes, not for charity. She spent between 6 and 9 months of every year outside of India, um, touring the United States and Europe. There was hardly any contact with patients, personal contact. There are lots of other charities in India who are doing excellent work who are unknown. And often people say that Mother Teresa has helped a few people. I always tell them that you cannot assume that if her order wasn't there, these people would not be helped. Also, do not forget that in a city of 15 million people, between 12 and 15 million people, if her order was so popular, why is it that a so-called home for the dying, which has about 100, less than 100 places, there are almost always 3 or 4 empty places. So there is not a scramble to get in, and some people are actually afraid to get in, to be honest with you, because the conditions are so dire.